influence and the coaches sometimes can be very overpowering for a mother. So be a single mother for a student, African-American student athlete is very, very hard and challenging. And I always think that they think they own the kids. And I think it was challenging for me because I figured I raised the kid was grown before he got there, so I was not willing to let them put a bridge between me and my son.
It was difficult in that there were so many schools that wanted Alan to come to their university.
A guard who has become nationally sought since aggressively playing in the summer camps in Colorado Springs, Indianapolis, has been offered tenders by the Gophers, Michigan State, Florida, Iowa, Connecticut, Kansas, Arizona.
Alan did a great job of being objective about what he could do and what he needed to work on. And I think in making a college choice, he wanted a university that he felt comfortable with and that he felt comfortable with academically and socially. And Michigan State offered that.
Back in Minnesota, Alan didn't get that much media attention.
Well, I think from the beginning, you know, if you talk about media exposure, I don't think he had that from the beginning. Even as I talked to the many people in Minnesota, that no one really knows Alan Anderson. And I wonder why, because he was actually born and raised here in Minnesota.
I'm not a person that's trying to be, you know, blown up, the top dog of everything, but when it comes down to it, everybody know, but like I said, I didn't have all the politics I should have, all the credit I got for, you know, doing the various things that I did, but hey, I'm here now, so.
Then, once he got to Michigan State, he slowly started to be recognized for his distinct style of play.
He came in as a wing guard, but we had Alan at the point, at the 2, at the 3. He played power forward. His versatility helped us here at Michigan State, where we can move him around.
I thought I was gonna come and I was gonna be a role player, playing behind Jason Richardson, and I ain't no problem with that, especially coming to a big time, you know, a school like Michigan State. But roles switched, and I had to jump right in the water fast and learn how to swim without drowning. So, like I said, I started my freshman year.
By moving him around, he was very knowledgeable of the game, where he understood where different people on the court had to be. He understood different positions. He was a student of coming in, watching tape, spending extra time in the gym. So that's why we got a chance to use his versatility, and his knowledge of the game really helped.
Well, learning it then was tough, because it's like, I'm not a point guard, I'm not a power forward, you know, I'm a wing player. I go to the basket, I shoot threes, things like that. But at the time, it was like, man, this is not me, But up to this point, I know it helped me out just that much more, because now they see I can handle the ball, they see I can shoot it, they see I can post up, they see I can guard whatever position from the 1 through 5. So, that just helped me out a lot, and just knowing the game a lot better, and just knowing like everybody's position, what they go through, because a lot of people can't say, you know, I've been through that because you play one position, but I can sit there and literally say, I know what you've been through, because I played every one.
Alan had a perfect game.
Anderson drains the 3-ball. Anderson on top of him, rolls it in left-handed. He is on fire. They cannot get Alan Anderson out.
Anderson taking advantage of his quickness here. Nice turnaround, Jay, on the baseline.
Tom Izzo told me flat out today, if Alan Anderson plays well, we'll win this game, Brent.
Offensive rebound, and you know who. He is now 7 of 7. Alan Anderson has been the man of the match. He's perfect. Anderson coming up the free throw line. He's perfect at the free throw line. He's 3 of 3. He hasn't missed from the field or at the line. He's now 4 of 4. Can't say enough about the Alan Anderson show here tonight. He's got it. So Mr. Perfect is on the line.
In the record book, the stats read 10 for 10 in field goals, 7 for 7 in free throws, all for 28 points.
before I actually met him personally, I'd seen him play, and you know, the thing that struck me again was his versatility. I think the two things were his versatility and his competitiveness.
It was said that Tom Izzo smashed the game tapes from the 2005 season before the tournament and said he felt that they were going to make their run. They did.
We advanced to the Elite Eight, where we played Kentucky in a double overtime game, and Allen was awesome. Came back after what could have been, for somebody else, a devastating blow where you wouldn't be able to recover, and he turned around and took us to the Final Four that year.
At the end of Allen's senior year, his attention turned to NBA teams, but he still remained focused on graduating.
He's a guy who he balanced both in the classroom and on the court. His main objective when he got here, of course, was to make it to the next level, but to earn a degree. And what Allen did, and it's impressive because he did it in a 4-year period. Most kids come to college now, they need 5, sometimes 6 years. And Allen sacrificed his summers to go to school, try to get ahead, and that's why he graduated in 4 years.
I mean, most guys can't say that. They came out of high school, they came out of school early, they ain't got nothing, they just have basketball. But I have an education most, not even athletes don't even have, just people in general don't even get. So, I mean, that feels real good. I mean, knowing that I went through college as an athlete and succeeded and graduated on time, that's big for me. I mean, that just give me a, you know, a pat on my back.
I think it's very proud from any parent to see their son, especially an African-American young man, raised by a single mom, to get his degree, not only to play basketball at a D1 school, but to be able to stay focused and get his degree. I mean, that's proud for any son. You want those kids to, you want your kids to excel in life. And by getting this degree and making a statement that you can do it was very important for any parent.
So fresh and so clean, clean. Hey. Now you just on occasion, now you just on occasion. Yeah, bow. Bring it back up. Bring it back up. Yeah.
Once Allen graduated, his sights were set on making it to the next level.
You know, in my profession, I think all of us who do what I do are looking for guys that we think have the potential to be successful at the NBA level. So certainly the first thing that I saw in Allen was a kid who I thought had NBA talent. Even though he wasn't an All-American player or anything like that, there were certainly players who got more recognition as being prospects than he got. But I thought with his size and his versatility that he had an excellent chance to make it in the NBA and have a long career.
Typically, that jump from non-professional to professional, it's a lot of snakes and things involved in that. And a lot of people want to grab a hold of the kids and basically control the situation. But the one thing that we try to do is make sure that the athlete don't lose control, that they understand everything, because like they say, the saying goes, knowledge is power.
After signing with his agent and picking his manager, Allen pushed through his injury and started his play at pre-draft camp and NBA workouts.
April, I mean, if anybody watched the Final Four then, I had hurt myself in the game before the Final Four, so I was coming off a knee problem. So I had surgery, so I had to really sit out for like the whole month of April after the Final Four.
As you recall, he had the injury during the NCAA tournament. He had been invited to, and I think accepted an invitation to play in the Portsmouth Invitational tournament, but he was unable to do that because of the injury. Fortunately, he was able to rehab the injury in time to play in the pre-draft camp here in Chicago, and of course played very well in that pre-draft camp, and I knew as a result of playing well he would have several individual workouts.
We felt that he was one of the best players at the Chicago camp, the pre-draft camp, following his senior year. We watched Allen and we tried to put ourselves in a position to get a draft pick to get Allen?
I mean, I wasn't even 100%, and doing the camps and things like that, I mean, you couldn't tell.
I actually, normally, we're not able to get into the actual camp, you know, the games, but with my relationship with certain teams, I was able to get a pass, and I was able to see it, and to hear, like, different people talking about Allen, like the older sports writers and stuff, and to hear the great things about him, it just confirmed for me the type of person he was on the court.